Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, creative writing students. So if you are watching this video, that means you were chosen to read The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. This story focuses on the development of our narrator. Our narrator is unnamed, which is perfectly fine, but we are watching her development in this story. One thing I want you to note while you read the story and while you think about it is what her development is like. And also consider the time that this is being written and how Gilman is using that to her advantage. When you are working on your story, this is something that I really want to impress upon you. Think about the current times that you are in, the things that affect you, and how you do this. Now, our narrator is a woman who has been married, and her husband have gone to this beautiful home in the countryside for the summer. While you read through this story, you are going to see that our narrator is having this very slow descent into becoming unraveled and becoming someone else. One thing you may notice or you may think is, can you rely on this narrator and what she is saying? And that is something that Gilman does very intentionally. Can you rely on your narrator and what she tells you about the other people and about herself? Look at the way in this story how she starts describing the wallpaper and what she sees. Keep that in mind as you read through this. It is very important how Gilman is approaching this. This is very much a feminist approach to an issue. For those of you who aren't familiar, it is a feminist approach to the issue of postpartum depression, which is depression that women suffer after their children have been born. And it is something that at the time that this was written was very much unknown. They just thought women were a little crazy and go about your business. We now understand what postpartum is, but we still sometimes struggle with how to deal with it. And think about that. If this is something that you may personally have dealt with, or you know someone that has dealt with, consider how Gilman looks at this problem and how she shows it through the narrator in her story. Your narrator is somebody who is going to she talks to you first person. When you're looking at your own story, consider whether the first person approach is going to be useful or not. When you're talking about character development and the development of the narrator as a character, it does help because you are there with her. You hear her voice and you know everything she thinks. So that gives you that idea. But keep in mind, though, that this development is with an unreliable narrator. Can you trust her in the end about what she says and what happens and what is happening? Hopefully you've enjoyed this reading. It is probably one of my favorites, especially with the twist at the end. There is a video version for YouTube that is up that you can listen to as well. But also please make sure just to read these things, because looking at how she uses phrasing and words and descriptions is key in the development of our narrator here. Have a good day, guys. Bye.